Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys? How are you everybody? Today inshallah we'll talk about a new lesson in our curriculum. The lesson is about the atom. What makes up matter? Imagine that you are cutting a fabric to make a cloth. You cut a piece of fabric in half. Then you cut each half in half again. Again and again and again, right? Could you keep cutting the pieces in halves forever? Of course, we don't know. We'll see now. Around 400 BCE, a Greek philosopher named Democritus thought that you would eventually end up with a particle that could not be cut. So if you keep cutting things in halves, after a while you will reach to the stage it's not you cannot be able to divide it again. Okay, let's complete. He called it what? Atoms. Atoms, a Greek word, means not able to be divided. Okay, so Democritus said that I will call this part which cannot be divided, I will call it what? Atoms. That means in Greek language it cannot be divided. Okay. After a while, there is someone called Aristotle, another Greek philosopher, disagree. He didn't believe that such a particle could make up all substances found in nature. Neither Democritus nor Aristotle did experiment to test their ideas. So they were only thinking without any experiment or evidence for their theories. After that, so they didn't make any experiment. It would be centuries before scientists tested these hypotheses. Within the past 200 years ago, scientists have come to agree that matter is made up of small particles. Democritus' term atom is used to describe these particles. So, an atom is the smallest particle into which an element can be divided and still be the same element. So you can divide the element piece after piece after piece after piece after piece, so you can reach to the atom. Of course, not by simple means. No, right. People used to think that atoms couldn't be divided into anything simpler. Scientists now know that atoms are made of even smaller particles. So, in the past, we know that the particles, they are what? The particles, they are the smallest part you can see. But after a while, they discovered that there is another particle smaller than the atom. Let's see it later. But the atom, guys, here, the atom is still considered to be the basic unit of matter. Because why? It's a very, very important part here. Why we consider the atom the basic unit of matter, although there is a smaller particle than it? Because it's the smallest unit. So this is the reason. It's the smallest unit that has the chemical properties of the element. The smallest form you can find the chemical properties still found. Is it till now? Okay. You cannot see individual atoms, but they make up everything you see. The food you eat, the water you drink are made of atoms. Plants such as moss are made of atoms. Even things you cannot see are made of atoms. The air you breathe made of atoms. There are many types of atoms that combine in different ways to make all substances. You can use a light microscope to see the cell, right? Of course, we have microscope here in our lab. You can see the cells very clear. But you cannot use this microscope to see the atom. Why? Because the atom is so small, right? Atoms are so small that you cannot see them with any ordinary microscope, right? Only powerful instruments can make the image of the atom. How small are atoms? Think about, yes, penny. A penny contains about 2 times 10 power to 22, or this long number atoms, just one penny. So guys, atom of copper and zinc. That's almost, huge number. 3,000 billions times more atom than there are people living on Earth. So if we count the number of people on Earth, you can find the atoms in penny 300,000 billions times of the people on Earth. Oh, it helps us to see how much the atom is small. Of course, scientists started 200 years ago to put theories about atoms. The first one started to study atoms was called John Dalton. Unlike the ideas of Democritus and Aristotle, John Dalton's theory was based on evidence. So now he has evidence, yes, for experiments. Dalton's theory states that all matter is made up of atoms. He also thought that atoms cannot be created, divided, or destroyed. Yeah, it's similar to the law of conservation of matter. Yes. So because atoms make up matter, so it has the same law of matter. Cannot be created nor destroyed or divided. Right. Dalton theory. Dalton theory also states that all atoms of certain element are identical. So if we are talking about iron, for example, so the atoms of iron, all atoms are the same, they are identical. The atoms of silver, all atoms of silver are identical, but they are different from atoms of all other elements. So the atoms of silver different from the atoms of iron. The atom of iron is different from atoms of zinc, for example, right? Okay. For example, every atom of carbon is the same. Every carbon atom is the same in the same as every other atoms of carbon. So all atoms of carbon are the same. However, every atom of carbon different from any atom of oxygen. Dalton also thought that atoms join with other atoms to make new substance. Dalton said that atoms can combine or join together to form new substance. For example, an oxygen atom combined with hydrogen atom to form water. We know that, and the water is different from oxygen and hydrogen. Both are gases. Water is liquid in room temperature. Yeah. At room temperature, both are gases, and water at room temperature is liquid. Yes. So by combination between the atoms, they give us another substance. Every substance is made up of atoms combined in certain ways, in specific ways. Okay, guys, easy till now. And he bought a theory about what? The atom take this shape like a ball. Just, he said it is small particle like the ball. It's a small particle. That's all he said about the structure. Okay. After a while, another scientist called Thomson. Thomson experiments provide evidence that atoms are made up of even smaller particles. So it's a progress in structure of atom. We know that Dalton said it's just particle without talking about any structure, but here Thomson He is talking about a structure. He said the atom is made up of a smaller particle. Smaller what? Particle, yes. He found a particle within the atom that have a negative charge. These negatively charged particles later become known as electron. So, this negatively charged particle, later we called it what? Electrons. Okay, Thomson thought that atoms was positive sphere with the electron mixed through it, as shown below. So can you see the picture here? The ball. He said that atom like a ball or a sphere. Okay, and there is electron. Sorry, negatively charged here, mixed with it, and the atom itself was positive charge, and electron is negative charge. Easy till now? Okay. And it was a new step in the theories. Another scientist called Ernest Rutherford, he developed the theories of Dalton and Thomson. In 1909, Ernest Rutherford considered what? He conducted an experiment to study the parts of atoms. His experiment suggested that atoms have what? So he now discovered a new part. Yeah, a nucleus. Small, dense center that has positive charge. Now, nucleus has positive charge. And surrounded by moving electron. Now, surrounded by moving electron. So we have here the nucleus and there is electron moving around it. So now the electron not mixed with the sphere of the core of the atom like Thomson said. Yes. Okay. Sure. And it's surrounded by moving electrons. Rutherford later found the nucleus is made up of a smaller particle. He called the positively charged particle in the nucleus called what? Proton. So we have now proton, positive, and we have electrons, negatively charged. Yes? Okay. Is it now? Okay. Another theory was presented by a scientist called Niels made observation that lead to a new theory of how the electron in the atom behave. Bohr agreed that an atom has positive charge. An atom has positive what? A charge nucleus surrounded by electron, as Rutherford said. He said the nucleus is positive and surrounded with negative electrons. In his model, electrons move around the nucleus in circular path. In circular what path? Each path is a certain distance from the nucleus. So now they are moving randomly or in the same distance, at the same distance from the nucleus. No, they have different distances and different orbits around the nucleus. So each path is a certain distance from the nucleus. Poor model helped scientists predict the chemical properties of elements. However, scientists have since made observations that couldn't be explained by poor model. The model of the atom has been revised to explain these observations. And now we can see the model of Bohr here, the nucleus in the middle with positively charged because of the proton inside, and we have here electrons moving around, right? Okay, but not the same distance from the nucleus. We can see this close to the nucleus and they are far away from the nucleus. Do you think this is the final stage for the atom? No. Another scientist was Rutherford's student. It's called James Chadwick. He brought another theory. Let's see it. It's called the modern atomic theory. Modern atomic theory is based on the work of many scientists. It keeps Dalton ideas that atoms are the basic unit of the matter and the smallest of each element are unique. The experiments of Thomson and Rutherford showed that the atoms are made up of electron and proton, as we explained a few minutes ago. James Chadwick was the Rutherford student in 1932. Chadwick discovered that the nucleus contains uncharged particles called neutrons. Oh my god. So it's a new discovery. He discovered what? A new particle inside the nucleus called neutron. A neutron in current atomic theory, electrons don't move in circular path, as Rutherford said, right? Instead, the current theory suggests that electrons move within an area around this nucleus is called what? Electron cloud. So now, in the old theory, we can see here, old theory, guys, the electron move in what? Circular paths here around the nucleus, right? And the nucleus is positive because of proton. But now here in the new and modern atomic theory of Chadwick, he said what? Here there is proton, so proton, they are positive charge, and we have what? Neutron. It's no positive, no negative, right? Okay, not positive, not negative. So guys, and the electron not moving in circular path, no, it's moved around all parts of the nucleus in something called electron cloud. And we will know what the meaning of electron cloud few minutes later. Now, but let's go back to the modern theory. He told what? A neutron has what? Yes, it's inside the nucleus, has no charge, and the electron move in electron cloud around the nucleus. Thank you.